Okay, so today I'm going to be filming a face-up removal tutorial. I'm going to be removing this guy's face up. The materials that you're going to need. First and foremost, you're going to need Winsor & Newton brush cleaner and restorer. It's technically for cleaning paintbrushes, but it works perfectly for removing face-ups without damaging your doll at all. A lot of other people use other things, but I would definitely recommend getting this. It's the safest way to remove a face-up. Things that you'll need to actually remove the face-up: you will need paper towels. You can also substitute cotton swabs, or those cosmetic cotton pads. You can use those. What I do is I just tear off a piece like that. So we have plenty of that. You're going to need some toothpicks. A big thing of toothpicks is helpful. So are Q-tips for getting in tight areas. And for tough to remove face-ups, these are cut up pieces of a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. So if there's any staining or problems, this is going to help remove them. So we're going to zoom in and start. Face-up removal takes a fair amount of time. People may make it sound like it's really quick and easy, but it does take time to remove a face-up. It usually takes me half an hour to 45 minutes to remove a face-up. So what we do is we just make sure this is saturated, and the first thing you do is just run it over the head. Try and get a coat over all the parts of the head so that it's shiny looking. So the head is basically coated. Don't worry if you miss some areas. You can see now it's already starting to come off. So I just keep rubbing. You can see areas coming off. This face-up was done with the Volkswagen Mura spray, which I find is a lot more easily removable. Also, one thing I forgot to say, probably shouldn't be doing this with nail polish, because this will remove your nail polish as well. It also melts a lot of plastics, so don't go spilling this everywhere. Keep it away from your paintbrush handles. So as you can see, the areas where there's gloss, don't remove as well. Just keep scrubbing with that. I always have trouble getting in the sides there, sides of the nose. So just dip one of these Q-tips in and it comes off easy. It's kind of hard to mess this up, but there are definitely some things that you should not be using for face-up removal. A lot of people use nail polish remover. Really, really horrible idea. I don't care if it's acetone or non-acetone remover or what. It's a bad idea to use it. Anything with color in it is going to stain the resin. So don't use one of those nail polish removers that's dyed yellow, because then your doll will be yellow. Other things, you can use a high percentage rubbing alcohol, but I don't find that it removes Mr. Super Clear at all. So this stuff really safest and easiest way to remove face-ups. And you want to make sure that you get everything off, because you don't want your new face-up to be ruined by the old one. As you can see, my nail polish is starting to come off a little bit, and that's bad. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. So make sure to clean behind the ears. Okay, so we're having trouble getting a few parts off. So I'm going to take one of these magic eraser pieces, get some on it. Don't make it dripping, just make it damp, and just scrub. You can scrub pretty hard with it. I mean, don't scrub hard enough that you're going to damage anything, but, and then the lips. Okay, so we've got most of the face up off, but there are definitely some areas where it's just not coming off, that we just can't reach. There's places like between the lips. You can see that there's, here, let me show you. Between the lips there's a lot of stuff. In the ears there's gunk. Up the nostrils. So there's still a fair amount of stuff left. So that's what we use the toothpicks for. We use toothpicks because they're soft wood, so they won't scratch your doll. Don't use a pin or anything metal because that will scratch your doll. And that will make it really, really difficult to do a new face-up on because everything will get caught in the gouge that you made, and it's just going to be a big mess. Okay, so how we use the toothpick is we take another clean square with this on it and take the corner, put it up against the lip, and then push it in with the toothpick, kind of rubbing it around. So you're pushing the corner of the paper towel into the lip, and you can see color is coming off. So you want to look carefully, and there's probably gloss caught between the lips, so pick at it a little bit, see what you can't get out of there. And this is the part that I find takes the longest, is getting the lip, the small details like in between the lips and the ears clean. So you can see there's still a bunch of crud stuck in there. The next difficult part is inside the ears. This is a notorious place where when you don't remove sealant, it ends up white and flaky, and you really don't want that in your next face up for your doll, because it looks like they haven't cleaned their ears out since they were born. Normally you can't see anything in the ears. People don't generally blush inside of the ears, but so it's kind of hard to tell where there's sealant, but just do your best to clean out everywhere inside of the ear. Okay, now mostly clean, very, very close to clean, but we still have some gunk stuck under the eyelid where the eyeliner is, and on the bottom of the eyelid there's still some pink with gloss there. So you just do the same thing. You put this edge up against there, but what I do is I poke it through the eye so that you can see it's running inside of the head like that. Poke it through and rub down like that with the side of the toothpick. And then pull it out, and it should be mostly clean there. So do it on the other side. So I poke it through and rub down on the sides. Now for the top, you can do the same thing. So places that I recommend you check before you say, I'm done. Places that usually have sealant but no color are right here, or the sides of the nostrils, up in here sometimes, up top, on top of the ear. I usually forget to clean right there. Of course, you want to clean the back of the head too, though sealant doesn't usually get there, but you want a completely clean doll. So, I think I've got everything. It looks like I do. There we have it, a very clean doll head. So the next step is to wash it. You can't just go straight to a face-up from here. What you do is you just use regular dish soap. Don't use hand soap. So you want to be very careful to make sure the head is perfectly squeaky clean before you go on to a face-up.